Lackluster. Welcome back to All Tricks, No Treats, the #1 podcast for relationship advice, kids advice, life advice.
Ooh.
That's all I got.
Advice.
Yeah. Where we talk about everyday things, but yeah, we're back for another episode.
Yay.
Yeah.
So it's hasn't been too long of a break. It's been a few weeks, but not, nothing big. So we just have a few things to catch up on. Halloween passed by.
Yeah, it did. And in our town, it's a big deal. We've been coming here for quite a while to trick or treat, and there's like a bunch of people. But I wanted our house to be the fun house. And it's still under construction, our house. So we don't have any lighting. So I had to go buy a big spotlight from Home Depot. But one thing that I thought would attract the kids was this cornhole game where if you make it, you get a full-size bar. We had a shitload of candy, like 1,200 pieces of candy. And then
King-size bars.
Yeah, we bought like 5 boxes of king-size bars at Costco. But if you made it, you get 2 shots. And if you make one, you get a king-size bar. And if you miss, you still get candy anyway. But it was fun when we would trick-or-treat as tourists, quote-unquote. But it was very stressful.
Being one of the houses now.
Living here and doing it. Our house would get swarmed. And we didn't even dress up after all.
We didn't get to dress up.
I was like flustered and trying to get everything ready. Like we had a fire pit in the front. Family came over.
We singed our fake grass.
We have some patchy artificial grass that I just threw a fucking fire pit on top. I was so like running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and we lit the fire, and then the next morning fucking burn ass grass.
We have a singed spot in our front yard.
Dude, it was crazy. But our house was like the it house.
It was fun. And my favorite thing is, we heard one person say, oh man, everyone's been saying that this is the house, which is what, it's what we wanted. So, and we talked about it, and I said, we'll learn from it. Now we know next year, like what to do and not do too. And the kids had fun and we had fun. So that's it.
Dude, coming from Whittier, where we used to live, I think one year we got like 3 or 4
No, we even talked to our friends, and our friends back in Whittier were like, I didn't get any people, or I got like 2 kids.
Yeah, which is sad. We had 600 to 700 kids come through.
And also, if it tells you about like where we live, we have all the houses around here are really old. So there's like a main street, and they are pretty big houses. One house was a Barbie house, and they painted the whole front of their house hot pink. So I think that just says something about how Halloween is very taken seriously around here.
It's not, the house next to that house had like 4 Mars Attack characters that are at Spirit Halloween, and they're like, how much? $400 each or something?
Yeah, I remember they put them up, and we were like, oh no.
We're like, holy shit. And we had a fire pit.
We had us.
And a Milwaukee spotlight from Home Depot.
No, but one guy did say he was like, oh man, like I like the look of this house. This house is cool. Like, look at that. Look at this. Like, and I looked at him. I was like, hey, the cool thing is that we didn't even try, man. Yeah. And he was like, no, I mean, I just want my house to look like this one day.
Our house is naturally spooky.
I think it's just us.
Yeah. But anyway, Halloween was a success. Stressful success. Yeah.
Let's cheers to our first Halloween.
Yeah.
In our house.
We've been waiting for that day. Cheers.
We made it.
To the 700 kids.
And parents. They played too.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
Okay. Something else that happened was my birthday.
Woo!
My birthday happened. I turned 21, guys.
21.
Ooh.
How old?
33.
We're old farts.
Actually, no, you're only as old as you feel, and I don't feel like I'm old at all.
I feel fucking like I'm gonna die.
Well,
I feel old.
I don't feel old, so
33 is really not bad.
It's not. You're still young. You're established. You're young.
That's the new 15, I think, because like old people that are like,
oh, thanks.
Maybe 18. That's not,
yeah, not 15.
That's not getting hot water there, buddy. But I feel like 50, 60-year-olds now are, going harder than
oh my God.
me.
I just saw this video. I wish I screenshotted her, but it was this lady, and she has like sleeves, and she dresses so cool, like has the best style. Mm-hmm. And I was reading the comments. People are like, you make me feel like I'm not afraid to grow old anymore.
Oh, that's
And
a nice thing to say.
and it was so, and she was like, yeah, like she's like celebrating growing old and still being like your authentic self. And I thought that was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you're only as old as you feel. Like, who says you have to dress a certain way because you're a certain age or like feel a certain way? So, you know,
Yeah.
it was my birthday. And we celebrated by going to hibachi because that's
Our
been
tradition.
a tradition since I was like
4.
4. Yeah. And then my friends and I went to the Cauldron in Anaheim. If you love the spoopy stuff, they've got like, it's very dark in there. They have spider webs, they have candlelight, they have a bookcase. So if you like that type of stuff, I truly recommend the Cauldron. And they gave me a free shot because it was my birthday. And we got the best table by the actual Cauldron.
Damn.
Yeah. Spoopy life. So that was really cool of my friends to take me there. Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah. And then something else that happened actually today is the kids got their report cards from their school.
Who would have thought us getting report cards for our kids?
What I do like is actually at the last school that Champ went to, the report cards were sent home electronically.
Mm-hmm.
But here they're sent home in their folders.
Well, I don't know why, but I feel like this year is really like, it's like a legit report card. Last year was online and was like, okay. But this year was like, here's your, I remember I would get my report card and hide
In the
that
mail.
shit.
In the mail, yeah.
I'd hide that shit and fucking, holy shit, an F and a D and fucking art.
Your parents would be like, why are you by the front door? You'd be like, I just want some fresh air. I'm just cooling off.
And thinking back now, it's like that work was probably so easy.
It probably was. We just were kids, didn't want to put the effort in.
I saw this documentary. It's like a documentary series on Netflix, and the coach is a football coach, and a bunch of the kids are like failing stupid classes, and guy's failing art, and he's like, "Art, you're failing fucking art." And then there's a silence, and he's like, "Draw a fucking picture, man."
Aw, take a paintbrush.
But I'm like, dude, that's true. It's like, fucking add up some numbers and pass the class. I failed shit too, but it's funny how he said it because he's just like, it's not really just drawing a picture, but it's like, it might be that easy, to pass a class.
Yeah, a little bit of effort goes a long way.
But when you're young, you're dumb and idiots. But it was fucking hilarious. Like, draw a fucking picture, man.
Aw, the little kid was probably crying inside, like, I can't.
He was a big ass fucking football player. He was no kid, but yeah, it was hilarious.
Well, I do want to share something that they sent home with the kids with their report cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it just says, as you read through the report card, please remember that all children do not learn to walk and talk at the same age, nor do they learn math and reading at the same rate. As we continue to set goals for the school year, please remember to keep an open mind. Our children need to be challenged, but not pushed beyond their abilities. They need to taste success and still need time to smell the flowers while they are a child. We know your children as they are in school. You know your child as they are at home. The real them may be somewhere in between. When these two images are blended with sufficient understanding, acceptance, and love, we hope you all see a unique individual who can make you proud and bring you much happiness.
That was sweet.
And that was I really like that actually, because as a parent, you just want your kids to, be successful and thrive as much as they can. And sometimes it just, you forget.
Yeah. And
the little humans.
The first time you read it in the room, I was kind of like, what the heck? Because school is for them, obviously, but in a way it is for you too, because they learn so much. Champ, Bubby. And when they come back, you're like, holy shit. You see them one way, but you don't see them like learning all this shit and growing as kids. Mm-hmm. But the way it's worded is like, puts it in perspective. Like, it is a blend. They might like be different when they're not around you, you know? So when I read that, I was like, holy shit, when
I read that, I actually teared up a little bit. I thought that was super sweet that they thought to send that home just as like a little reminder. Cause as parents, or even as people who were students, when we got our report cards, we kind of take it personal. Like, oh, I didn't get this grade. What did I do wrong? Or as a parent, oh, you didn't do that well. What's going on? Like, what am I doing wrong as a parent? So it was very nice to read that and just, have a little reminder. Our little humans are humans.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Last thing, just wanted to add a little something else. I had a nice conversation with a mom at Bubby's class. So I went to pick her up, And of course, I had Nucky with me.
Mm-hmm.
So Nucky likes to just stop and throw things in the street, likes to fall, likes to just not want to walk anymore. So I was running a little behind, and she was as well. And I've seen her before. She's got, she's going to pick up a son, has another son with her, and then she wears a little girl, a little baby girl on her chest and a little baby carrier. So she was running late with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we were walking back from picking up our kids. And I turned to her and I said, I remember those days wearing them, having one next to me, you know, having 3 when I used to go pick up Champ.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear Nucky on my chest and be holding Bubby's hands. And she was like, oh, yeah, it's a lot. Like, oh, I, you know, like you could tell she was very like exasperated. And she was like, it's a lot. I feel like, you know, I'm just kind of, I feel like I'm always yelling. I feel like I'm always frustrated like this. And like, she was just all of a sudden just started like venting.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I was like, that's okay. And I said, it's okay. I promise you. I said, I feel like I'm the same way. There's a lot of parents that feel like they're the same way. And I said, I promise you though, it does like, it gets easier. And I said, look, I said him. And I pointed to Nucky. I said, that was him. That was the one that I was always wearing. And I said, I remember getting like very flustered trying to put the baby thing on to carry him and trying to make sure Bubby wasn't running off.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh my gosh, that's so good to hear. That's, you know, and she even was like, thank you so much. And I barely even said anything. I just like kind of heard her out and talked to her. And I think it's just like a little reminder, like, you know, just
That was nice.
every once in a while you see a parent just kind of, you know, we're all in this together. So just kind of talk to them.
And give them fucking kudos.
Yeah.
When you could. It probably made her feel good that, it's gets better, you know?
Yeah. And I just wanted to let her know that it's normal. Like, hey, I remember doing that rushing and stuff too. So
Yeah, that's a mom connection right there.
yeah. And so now when I see her, she's like, hi, or yeah.
That's
Mhm.
nice.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was it for our catch up.
That was a good catch up.
Okay, now it's our topic.
Let's hit it.
How you doing? Do I sound like
Is that a hint to the topic?
Yeah. Do I sound like Wendy Williams or do I sound like Joey?
I think you have to do this to sound like you. How you doing? Was that too zesty?
Wow, that was done really well.
Oh no. Skip.
Oh, wow. You sound more like Wendy Williams. Our topic today is flirting.
Flirting, baby. Flirting 101.
Okay. So our definition from Oxford Languages is to behave as though attracted or trying to attract someone, but for amusement rather than with serious intentions, which I don't know if I kind of agree with that because some people do flirt for serious intentions.
Yeah. I think me trying to flirt now is like that old man in the... Not that I would flirt.
Yeah,
you know?
who are you trying to... What do you mean? Who are you trying to flirt with?
If I were to flirt, I'd be that old man in that commercial with the dollar hooked on the rod saying...
Where are you going?
The guy with the rod who says, "Oh, you almost got it." What does he say?
Gotta try a little that harder or something. You gotta try that hard or harder than that.
You gotta try a little harder than that.
Isn't that what he
That's
says?
kind of my flirting, awkward and how would you?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god! See, we can't even like pretend.
Pretend you just said when I flirt.
Not
What do you
when I
mean?
flirt. I meant if I would flirt. If I was a single gentleman, I'd be like the dollar, whatever. You ruined it. I didn't want to do this
The
anymore.
fishing old man.
Nah,
Grumpy.
I thought this was for fun. We're supposed to be a fun, because you know.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore. Okay. I don't know how to flirt.
You don't?
I don't know how to flirt. I don't know anything about flirting. I don't. And I've told you this before, and I think I've said this before too. Like, I think there had been times back then when I was single when people have tried to flirt with me or like ask me out, and I didn't understand what was going on, and I was just like, oh, ha, 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 and I just like walked away because I don't get it.
You were a flirt, you fucking liar.
With you? What do you mean?
Well, I hope it just with me, you fucking whore. We did some flirting.
Excuse me.
That's the flirting.
That's my flirting now, guys.
We did some flirting before.
Yeah.
Do you remember any?
A flirting?
Of us? 11 years ago?
I remember. What do I remember?
I don't really know if we flirted.
I don't really know.
Oh my God. I think we just like...
No, we didn't flirt.
We just like knew we were into each other, I think. Did you know I was into you? You had to have known.
I did not know you were. I
Because
never
I reached
knew.
out to you for your number.
I never knew you were into me.
Yeah, right.
I did. We're still married, and I don't know you're into me.
You're
I still
so
question every day.
stupid.
You like me?
I remember... I think we just like were texting after I reached out to you on Facebook. And then we never flirted. That's crazy. We sexted.
Oh, wow. Shows the kind of people we are.
We went from talking just to sexting. We didn't even flirt.
To babies, and here we are. But yeah. So we asked some polls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our fans.
Oh, all our fans. How would you rate your flirting skills? 38% said send me into a room and I'll get anyone.
Damn.
I'm proud of you guys.
Jesus Christ.
I'm proud of them. 46% said I can start a convo, but it ends there.
Yeah.
15% said help me.
I think I'd be in the 15%.
I'm in the 15% for sure. Next one is, can you tell if someone is flirting with you? 71%. Duh, then it's game on. 29%. No, I'm still asking for help. And the last thing is to send us your flirting stories, best pickup lines, any of those. We actually got a few. Currently flirting with the security guards / COs at work. Stay posted, LOL.
Damn.
So,
You fucking dirty whore.
or
Is that a guy or girl?
I don't know, or
Man whore?
what's a man whore? Yeah. Let us know. Keep us updated.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is, do you know how much a sea lion weighs? Just enough to break the ice.
Damn.
That's a good one.
That's a fat ass sea lion.
None of the ice is thin. You want thin ice. You know who you look like? My next boyfriend.
That's a good one.
You sly dog.
That's like a silly flirt, which is good. I like that.
That makes him laugh.
Yeah.
Last one. Me. Are you single or married? Her. I'm single. Me. Oh man, I can't take that ride.
The homie wants fucking married women only.
Oh, wow.
You a dog. You a dog.
A sea lion dog or
So you hear all these stories now that teachers like hook up with fucking high school kids. Now, obviously, like a bunch of guys are like, fuck, if that was me, I wouldn't say shit. Because you know how they all tell and then eventually it comes out because they can't keep their fucking mouth shut. I had this art teacher in high school. She was a babe. And she had a husband who was this gigantic ass foo.
like just a big guy or
Yeah,
a
and she even
guy?
like showed me him before. And I was just like, oh, yeah, cool. And she would like do things. She would always be touching me and doing all this crazy shit. And then I'm like, damn, this girl fucking wants me to paint her a picture, you know? She was an art teacher. And I was like this little scared innocent kid, and I never fucking did anything, but I knew for a fact she was flirting with me, and I never did nothing, and I regret it.
Oh darn.
I wish I did.
Okay, so the 5 flirting styles.
Wait, is that not a good story?
I mean,
Was that a good story?
for flirting,
Don't act like you didn't want to flirt with your fucking swim teacher.
I would have loved
What's
to.
his name? Call
but
him
I
out.
didn't.
What's
no,
his name?
No.
What's his name? Bolin.
No.
Bolin
Nope.
from Cal High, class of 2008. Bolin. Not just her. I know for a fact a lot of girls would talk about your ass, bro.
Oh, that's because they still talk about him.
Like an old ass food. Wow. See how I don't get mad like when she does that? She could go swim. Go swim with Bolin. I don't care.
Please.
What?
You don't get mad.
Go swim with Bolin.
You make jokes. I make the same exact joke, and you get mad at me.
I'm laughing. Anyway,
Okay. There's different flirting styles.
let's hear 'em.
5 of them. So they are physical, which is, using physical confidence, touching each other, physical attraction to flirt. They generally have an easier time signaling their attraction, obviously, because it's more, tangible. Traditional, which is a traditional courtship, which is where you kind of wait for the man to do, where he goes after you. The next is sincere, where you show emotional connection and sincere interest. And people tend to develop intimacy early on in relationships. You can do this by eliciting self-disclosure, providing social support, and showing like a genuine interest in each other. Okay. It's generally romantic, but not necessarily a sexual manner. So it's like more like
Playful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there actually is hold on. There's polite, where you're cautious, you're not too forward, and you're following like proper manners. You tend to avoid behaviors that could be potentially construed by others as aggressive or trying too hard or needy, And the last one is playful, which is having fun, boosting each other's self-esteem, flirting in a way that's more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you?
I'd be that one.
Playful?
Yeah, the more playful, like picking on you kind of.
Oh, I thought I would be playful too. I feel like you would be more physical or traditional.
Maybe traditional, but more playful. You know what would be easier if girls, because I know a lot of girls wait for guys to kind of hit on them, but I think girls flirting the physical way would show guys that, oh damn, she's into me.
So you think guys would like girls to be more like touchy-feely?
More forward. Because touchy-feely is more like, holy shit, she's
into me?
Yeah. So take notes, girls. Try it to guys you're into, and then they'll know that they're into you. You get me?
I agree with that. I think it is better to like show someone physically, to even just like a hand on the knee or just
the
like
arm when you're talking.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Or to be like, oh, you're so silly, just like tap your shoulder a little bit.
Jesus. Don't fucking slap me. Brush your shoulder off.
Thanks, I have dandruff. But no, yeah. I think yeah. It's hard though.
Yeah.
Especially if you're coming from a perspective of not just a female, but perspective of someone who is, some people are shy. It's hard for them. They're shy.
Yeah.
They can't come out of their shell. It's hard to talk to someone. So,
Sure.
Playful.
Playful is the way to go,
I think playful is the best one.
Yeah,
You could just
funny.
have fun together,
Yeah.
talk, make jokes. Nice. Okay. And that's why I have flirting or friendly, because it's easy to misread signals.
100%.
Even just like a smile now, like
Yeah.
there's times where you smile as a person and someone reads into it too much and they're like, oh hey, so can I get your number then? And you're like, oh well.
I heard this somewhere, but I told a couple of my friends this. Don't mistake kindness for likeness. That's like a big thing, because like you said, a girl could smile at you or like be really nice to you, and you're like, oh my god, she's
into me.
Like people fucking could be nice, like even guys, you can open the door for someone if you're, I don't know, anywhere, or be nice to a girl. You're not necessarily into them, you're just being like a gentleman, but some people always mistake it for like, oh, they're into me, and it's like, dude, that's like normal shit you should be doing.
No, yeah, even as a girl, there's times where you just even like you say thank you or like smile at someone. I feel like now, a lot of times girls talk about having resting bitch face, and it's because you smile at someone, you just say thank you, just acknowledge someone in a friendly manner, and then all of a sudden it's, oh hey, oh, and you're getting hit on, or
I could
when
see
you don't
that.
want to.
Sure, I could see that too.
So it's, it's hard to read signals.
Yeah.
So here are some ways that you could distinguish being flirty versus friendly.
Let's hear 'em.
Making prolonged eye contact.
That's a fucking good one. If you're into someone and they're into you, you guys will eye fuck each other.
Oh,
Dude, you're like,
nice.
dude.
Oh,
That,
you've prolonged the eye contact.
no, but I know it's real, you know? Dude, the eye contact is like, I seen this video too of this guy who was making like a YouTube video or something, and this girl walked by him, and she wasn't even part of the video, and they like looked at each other,
Oh, cute.
and then he just looked at the camera, and then he made like face like what the heck, and then she walked by like with their friends, and then she turned back around, and he turned around, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm gonna go talk to her," and he went, and he got it. Yeah, I just saw that like a couple weeks ago. But eye contact is like dude, that's a gnarly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you keep like, even if you're at different like places or settings in a room, if you keep looking at each other, keep like telling each other like, "Hey, I see you. I'm here." That's cute.
Yeah, I think that's a great like starting point, I guess.
Nice. Yeah. Next one is make physical contact, touching an arm, tapping each other. Next one is ask more in-depth questions.
Whoa.
So if you're talking to them, obviously know like little things, want to get to know them.
Yeah.
The next one is detect romance in the air. So your environment, like read into your environment.
Read the room.
Are you on a walk with a bunch of friends, or are you secluded in like a little corner talking to each other?
Yeah.
Or are they equally giving attention, the same amount of attention they're giving you to, the people they're the next to them? Yeah. Okay. The last one is tilting their head. So I was kind of confused by this one.
I am confused.
In a study published in the Journal of Sex Research, researchers used a facial action coding system to detect the kinds of faces people pull while flirting.
Mm-hmm.
The coding showed the most effective flirting cues include a head turned to one side and tilted down slightly. So a head turned to one side, tilted down slightly, and a slight smile. Oh, God, I feel creepy. And eyes turned toward the implied target. Hold on. Let me turn to you.
Is this working?
I feel like we both have whiplash.
I feel like I have fucking cerebral palsy in my fucking face. Bell's palsy.
I feel like we have whiplash.
Cerebral palsy.
Oh, no.
Bell's palsy. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
No, don't do that.
Okay, no offense, but
Okay, so to one side, tilted down slightly.
I feel like, hey, buddy.
I feel like I turned into like a mattress or something. I can't even move.
I'd sleep on you. Is that flirting?
I'll take it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so if you see that kind of facial structure, they're flirting with
They
you.
like you. Either they like you or they need you to call 911.
They're mid-stroke.
Oh no. Okay. Don't listen to fucking Harvard or whoever that was.
The Journal of Sex Research. The people who know things the best.
Oh my god, my face hurts.
Okay. So, next thing is tips on flirting.
Let's hear 'em.
How to flirt the best. So, no bend and snap.
What's that?
Do you remember that? From Elle Woods?
No.
Legally Blonde? She does where you she's like, "Oh, I dropped something on the floor and I bend down to pick it up and I snap back up." And she's like that, and now that I think about it, kind of looks like a little dog, like standing on its hind legs. No bend and snap. That doesn't work.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
So actually get into a conversation and get past the small talk. Like you really need to learn about them. Like, who likes small talk?
I mean, I think if you're first talking to someone. So I think once you pass the small talk and you're into more deeper conversation, and not like deep, like fucking, I don't know, my dad left my family or something. Like more, you have stuff in common. Because once you have stuff in common, the conversation could go like super easy going, you know, and then you're just like, damn, this person's cool, or like they like to do what I like, or they've done what I like, and I think you're into a second date, or you're into like being open to hanging out with them more.
Yeah, I think once you delve into that deeper connection, other than like, so you like hot Cheetos?
Yeah, nothing like stupid. Like,
yeah, I think once you go a little bit deeper than that, and you get to find out that you guys have more of a connection, then it works better.
Yeah, but I mean, small talk is necessary, right? Like, everyone knows small talk is there just to kind of break the ice and not make things weird.
Like a sea lion?
Yeah, but then the more you're... What?
That was from the tip that the...
Oh, yeah. But once it gets a little more deeper than that, then it's better. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Next one is, remember, flirting is not about you. Don't talk about yourself too much. Don't always immediately turn a conversation back to yourself. You want to learn about them.
Mm-hmm.
People, you know, inherently kind of do like talking about themselves, their interests. So, if you can keep a conversation going, much longer, you usually can if you're talking more about them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people like to talk about what they like usually. So you also get a lot of more details about themselves that you can relate to or talk about.
I think it's important, especially for guys, to not talk about yourself so much. Give like little detail as possible, because it keeps it kind of like mysterious in a way.
An air of mystery. Like,
yeah.
Who is he?
Yeah, like they want to keep talking to you or get to know you.
That's what a second date's for.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I remember that. Like, I remember like guys like just being like, oh, what about this about you? What about this about you? Like, oh, you like, I see you're wearing these shoes. You like the, yeah.
You don't want to show your fucking hand before the draw, you know? I just made that up. I don't know if that's real.
Oh, nice. I went along with it, so it works.
But yeah, be mysterious.
Next one is playfully tease.
That's mine. That mine is like playfully tease, like into bullying. With you.
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes I take it too far. I'm just like, I just like to play around with you. You know?
Yeah, and I'm in the corner crying. Yeah.
Don't say that. People are gonna believe that. Sometimes.
Okay, see,
I'm just kidding.
Okay, this is just a creative thing. But you know, look for opportunities. You know, but don't be mean or rude. You know, but obviously, if you're also teasing them, like kind of include yourself in it, like
pick on yourself.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
works a lot. Like, yeah, that's a great tip, is to not only like jab at them, but like, yeah, throw yourself into the mix.
Yeah, like even if you're talking to them and they're kind of like not into you, be like, I'm sorry, I'm bad at flirting. I'm not good at this. Like even just saying something like humble, show you're humble.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to be too cocky. Some girls like that, but
no.
Some girls like that,
no. I have not met one girl that likes a cocky guy.
Not cocky.
Himself.
You don't want to be cocky. Confident a little bit, but you want to kind of, like I said, it's not play the dumb card, but it's like pick on yourself. So they know you're kind of down to earth and you're like a cool dude.
Well, that's different. That's like humbling yourself versus being cocky.
Yeah.
Girls will 100% choose the man who is humble over the man who is cocky.
That's a bold statement, but
it is, and I stand by it.
We'll see.
With a lot of girls.
Maybe not.
Okay. The last thing is to just be sincere. People can detect when you're being fake, when you're just trying to, you know, talk to them for one thing only. If you're not really into them, when you're trying to talk to them, your eyes are looking somewhere else.
Yeah, don't be fake. That shit's sincere. Fucking lame.
Because why are you there? Why don't?
I'll beat you up probably.
Oh, nice.
Fake people fucking grind my gears, man.
Okay.
It took a dark turn.
Now we're in the corner crying again.
Fuck everybody. Don't be fake. If you're not into them, don't even give like... That sucks when you're kind of like going along with it and you're not really even into them. And then they're into
yeah.
you. That's kind of being fake.
Well, let's make that like a little point. Like, if you're not into the flirting, what do you do?
You know you're not into them, but don't be an asshole about it. Just like kind of like let the conversation kind of slowly die. Don't keep it going, you know? Like let it naturally kind of end and then you just go on your way or whatever. But
I think that's kind of hard though, because there are people who keep the conversation going like for themselves. Like I can no, like oh, I think they like me, like or they keep talking over and over.
Yeah. What would you do?
I think it just comes down to like a statement of no thank you, or like
Really?
yeah, like
You'd be that straightforward if someone's trying to flirt with you?
if someone's trying to flirt with you and you're not into it, then you just kind of be like, oh yeah, haha, like laugh at what they're saying, but be like, I'm sorry, I have to go. Like
Something like that.
Yeah.
Don't say like no. I think that's kind of killing the conversation. It's like, oh yeah, I have to go, or just saying, oh no, thank you.
Well, no, not just when they come up saying no thank you, just being, if they're talking to you, then be like, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I have to, go over here, my friend's calling me, or friend, help me. Okay. Last thing, if you're texting, because you can flirt when you're texting.
That's so much easier, I think.
Do you? These are what I read. Use emojis.
I'm not a big emoji guy.
I'm not either, but it said using emojis says that you're putting more effort into the conversation other than just typing things out. Like,
I don't even think it's necessarily emojis or typing things out. I think it's how fast you get a response. Because obviously if you're into someone, you're going to make time to text them quick. We've talked about this before.
That's what I have.
Yeah, so it's not just about emojis or whatever. You're going to fucking respond in a cute way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and the cute way is an emoji with a heart eyes, or an emoji with,
the eggplant emoji.
Oh, very cute.
With some, with a peach.
A peach? I was going to say a peach. Get your fruits and vegetables in.
I just saw Joe Coy in Brooklyn, New York. But he's a comedian, and he talked about that. Like, my kid doesn't know what the fuck they're doing in life. Like, they text people with fucking eggplant emojis with shit squirting out of it.
Ew.
It was fucking hilarious. But that's what I thought of when we talked about emojis. The eggplant. Because he fucking said that in one of his jokes. Oh, it was hilarious. But I guess that's the way the kids flirt nowadays. This is eggplant emojis with fucking the little splash sign.
Fruits and veggies.
On some peaches.
What?
Hey, they're not
5
lying.
a day, five
5 fruits a day.
5 fruit and veggies a day. Get your servings in, kids.
I think didn't Shaq do that commercial? He'd say 5 fruits a day.
Did he?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Remember.
And then they say don't do that because you get diabetes.
God. Okay. Well, just text your fruits. Just text your fruits. You won't get the sugars.
You one every couple of days, you'll be good.
Yeah, and the last one I had is what you said: match their text speed and frequency. So whatever they're doing, match it. And I've talked to friends too before, and they've said that too. Like, oh, he's taking this long. Well, I guess I'm gonna take this long as well.
Don't seem too eager if they're taking like quite a bit of time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Cool.
So next is our Ask Man.
Oh shit! I almost said hot goss.
Oh, you almost sang the wrong thing.
What's the Ask Man? Let's hear it.
Our Ask Men is: what is the most shallowest deal breaker that you hold secretly? I'm not secret about it, but those dragon talon nails, so gross.
The feet or the hands?
Probably both.
Yeah, the feet are fucking. Oh, that's disgusting. Keep those fucking things tailored, baby.
No, tailored talons.
Tailored talons.
This weird knees. You can be a straight dime, but if your knees are weird, then I'm out. You
have not weird knees, but you have like very. Because you're skinny, so your knees are like. We talk about your knees.
No, we don't talk about my knees.
When your knees are like.
I've never heard you say knees
in
a sentence so long. So many times.
I like putting you on your knees. Don't like get it twisted.
Well then don't say anything about my knees.
I love your knees. I don't care.
How loud they chew food.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
If your entire personality revolves around a specific thing, such as working out or coffee or tattoos, etc. I need someone a little more well-rounded.
I think those are all pretty good. Like, that's annoying.
What was the girl in Love Is Blind where she made Puerto Rico?
Oh my God, Puerto Rico is our
Puerto
identity.
Rico was her thing where I'm loud, I'm Puerto Rican, which it's fine. You're from Puerto Rico, that's fine. But everything was, I'm a Puerto Rican. Oh, I'm from Puerto Rico. Oh, well, Puerto Rican people, you know.
Listen, I'm Puerto Rican, and I think I've told like 4 people that I'm Puerto Rican.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I don't fucking. That's not like a cool thing to flex about.
Not
like,
just where you're from, but like, don't keep saying it over and over.
It was fucking annoying.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck her.
Oh yeah, she's the worst.
Ugh, she was the worst.
Okay. If they scrape their cutlery against the plates when they eat.
That was not bad at all.
Or if they bite the cutlery when they eat. I can't stand that noise one bit.
Ugh.
Oh, someone said outie belly buttons. Can't believe nobody said it yet.
What? That's natural.
I
you
know.
Fuck.
People can't help that.
Yeah, you bitch.
No, I don't like that one.
Yeah, I don't like that one either.
Okay. Last is our hot goss. Oh no.
I was going to say ask man.
Where are you going?
Okay, ready?
Hot goss. Oh no.
You threw me off.
You threw yourself off.
That belly button guy did.
That nasal inflection. You sound like a boat docking.
It sounded like. Shut the fuck up.
We made it. Oh, God.
Holy shit. That was wild. That was a great reference. Oh, man, that was nice. Okay,
My cheeks are hot.
let's hear the hot goss.
So our hot goss. We only have one today. There's a picture of tips going viral. You know how they flip it?
They're flipping. They look it with one eye to make sure you fucking tip 20%.
Well, they look at you with one eye and they pretend they're not looking at you. They have their other eye go the other way.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It went viral because there was an option, you know, there's 10%, 15%, 20%. There was one option that was 100%.
That's fucking wild. That is fucking wild.
And I think it was like a $37, we'll have to look for it, tab, but the tip was 37, whatever it was, 100% tip.
That is insane. I know servers bitch about their tips, like that's what they live off of, but my thing is, and I'm not trying to be a dick, I tip even though I sometimes don't want to. I'll tip whatever. But if you don't like what your wage is, because they say my wage is fucking $3.50 a fucking hour, get another fucking job, bro. I think these servers shouldn't expect a tip. It's like Mr. Pink said. If she doesn't serve me 7 fucking coffees, I'm not giving her a tip. That's not what I'm saying. But, dude, if you give good service, sure. Oh, here's a couple bucks. Go buy a fucking water after work, you know? You've been walking.
Oh, no.
You've been walking around in those fucking platforms for 8 hours.
Platforms? Where are you going to eat?
Hooters. I'm just kidding. Whatever shoes they wear, I don't care. People expect like a hefty tip like for every customer. And you're not deserving of one. Straight up. If you're a server, you're not deserving of one. If you give excellent service, you get a little something, sure. But you're not getting 30-40% tip. Are you kidding me?
I think there's a difference between tipping a waitress or a waiter who's someone who is running food back and forth, doing like way more versus someone who is literally just turning around, grabbing food and being like, oh, well, tip me.
Yeah.
Because there are places where you go, like, I don't know, like when we go to those, like.
I went today to get my son some fruit. And I said,
Yes.
Can I get this little thing of fruit? They're like, yeah, $3.
It was a cup,
whatever.
a plastic cup with fruit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she said, okay. Got it from a little fridge like that. Put put it in front of me, turned the thing, and it said, what tip? Bitch, you're getting 0 tip. You're not doing anything.
Okay, see, that's where I agree. If you are not, like, if you're just turning and doing something, that's fine.
If you didn't fucking go to the fields and plant that shit yourself, you're not getting a fucking tip. Fuck that.
But if you are someone who is running back and forth, fielding, I want more ranch, I'm asking for more drinks, then you get a tip because that's service. They're serving you.
And that's the thing too, like, it's weird because that's what they signed up for. Like, if I go and get a server job for minimum wage, I'm expecting tips from every customer. Like, but you shouldn't. That's what you're getting the job for. You should fucking just make sure you get your hourly wage. That's it. Why are you expecting a tip from?
Okay. But there are places though, like I had my cousin, he was working in, I forgot what state he was working in. And there were places that when you're working there, your wage is considerably lower because they know you're working for tips. So since they know you're working for tips, they're paying less and you're working for those tips. That's why you have to work for those tips to get those tips. So his wage to live was made off of tips.
I think you just get another job then. You shouldn't be a server.
Okay, but he did. And then
that's his fault. That's not anybody else. Did they fucking hold a gun in his head and say, be a fucking server?
No, but if that's a job that you can find at that point in time, then you get that.
I mean, I guess so. But there's people who bust their ass to go to their favorite restaurant or want to eat a good meal where they can't tip. They could just afford their meal. And then there's servers who say, well, if you can't tip, then you shouldn't come eat here. That shit fucking pisses me right off. Like,
yeah, I don't think anyone should say that.
Yeah, they do. They do though. I went to this fucking brewery in Santa Rosa where the bartender or whoever she was like, I was having this great conversation with this couple. They ordered like a $60 bill and they didn't leave me a tip. I wanted to be like, who cares? You're really like letting that upset you that they didn't leave you a fucking $5 tip? Like, dude, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was a long, hard day for her. And then
I don't give a shit. People. I don't care. You're fucking pulling a fucking tap to fill up a beer. How hard can it be? You're talking to people. I don't know. Tipping is fucking
yeah,
nutty.
I feel like tipping's become a very hot topic these days.
Let me make this clear.
Oh, there's a finger up. Wow.
I tip now. Pretty decent. Only because
of me.
I do. I'm doing better in my life. I'm making a little bit more money, so I tip just because I'm not an asshole, you know. But if I was working my 2 full-time jobs and my 2 part-time jobs that I did for fucking 5 years, I wouldn't tip as much. Or if it was shitty service, I would tip 0. Like, I don't know. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Fuck that.
Okay. Well, I just went to Starbucks and I got some hot chocolates for the kids because it was our first rainy day in a long time. So we made a little hot chocolate run and I went up to pay and the guy was super nice and he was like, okay, your total is blah, blah, blah. And I pulled my card and he was like, okay, card. And he turned the thing and he immediately, I saw him, he pushed 0. Like he did no tip for himself. Mm-hmm. And then he turned it around.
That's the homie.
And yeah, so I could pay.
Did you tip?
I did.
See?
Yeah.
Put 0 and people will fucking tip your ass.
Yeah.
That's a little trick. We did a road trip from Seattle back down to California. And there was a place, where was it? In Portland? Or
the
Seattle?
Brewery. It was a brewery.
It was one of those fucking weirdo states where we went to a brewery and I mean, the kids had a little play section. Like, we bought a flight. There was some barbecue. I wanted to leave a couple bucks, you know? Like, oh, dude, go buy yourself a beer, you know? There was a sign there. And even the guy told me, oh, we don't accept tips. There was a sign there that said, tips come from... It's going to sound so crazy when I say it, but it's real. What did it say? Tips were connected to slavery somehow. tips are sexist somehow.
Okay, you can't like, if you don't know that's what it says, don't add that.
But it says it. It said it. I'm going to post it now. I'm not saying this. They said this. The reason they had this sign out was because the sign also said, we pay our employees.
Oh, yeah. They paid their employees way more. I think they were starting at like $30.
25 or 30.
Yeah. Way more than, the basic.
Yeah. So they try to include, I guess, the tips into their hourly wage because they don't stand for tipping because it's connected to sexism and racism and all this weirdo shit. They did. I promise you. I'm not lying. I know for a fact it says that. So I'm going to post the picture. That's the only thing I agree with Seattle. Is they don't tip there. Actually, that fucking breakfast spot was good. What's it called?
Biscuit Bitch.
Biscuit Bitch, dude. Keep doing your thing.
My favorite thing is when we went to Biscuit Bitch, we all ordered. There's 5 of us. So we got a few amount of biscuits, and they handed you the bag and they were like, you got a hefty bag of bitches here. Hold 2 hands. And they said, Chris, bitch. Didn't they say that or something?
No. I would have slapped him.
Oh, please. You would have danced over there.
Oh, that place was delicious.
It was so good. The sauce and everything. We all loved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's it.
Yeah. Don't expect a tip if you're a server.
I was going to say tip us.
Tip us. We have. I think I created a buy me coffee thing, and
you did.
But I scratched it out and said beer, like for Bud Ice. Not one of our million listeners has bought us a beer.
Wait,
yet.
where can you find that? Where is that?
On our fucking description in our YouTube.
Really? It says buy us beer. Buy us a Bud Ice.
Yeah.
Spend $5, get us 2 beers, man.
$5. You hear the dog barking in the background?
He wants you to buy us a beer.
Anyway. Thank you for tuning in again. I was happy recording today.
Oh, I'm glad. It's fun, right?
Yep.
And we promise, actually, we've been talking a lot. Now that our garage is done, we want to have a guest very, very soon. It's not just us.
So we're starting to build out our podcast studio. And it's going to take quite a while, so it's going to be this maybe for a few more weeks. But we want to start having more people. I know you guys love us like so much, but...
I know. We know you think we're the best.
We want to start having some friends on who have different experience and careers and could bring a different kind
life
of
stories
thing to the podcast.
Or even if you think that you should be on it, just let us know.
Yeah, if you want to be on it, come on it. We'll drink a couple brewskis, leave the kids at home if you don't have kids. Come and sleep. We have a couch right here. You sleep over.
Well,
we have a good fucking AC heater, whatever. We have a cabinet full of snacks, fridge full of Bud Ice.
Okay.
They're gonna be lining up out the door now.
Oh yeah, like the trick-or-treaters.
Anyway, we appreciate you listening, and
We do.
we'll catch you on the flip flop later.
Bye.